Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Learn English through the story. Let's begin. The Boy Who Planted Hope. In a small village surrounded by hills and rivers, lived a 12-year-old boy named Armin. He was poor, but he had a big heart and a bigger dream. Armin didn't have toys or fancy clothes. He didn't even have electricity in his house. But what he did have was hope. Every morning, Armin would walk 5 kilometers to school. The path was long, filled with stones and mud, but he never missed a single day. He believed that education was the key to a better life. His classmates often made fun of his torn shoes and old bag. They laughed at him when he asked questions in broken English. But Armin didn't stop. He would go home, open his worn-out books, and study under a small oil lamp. One day, his teacher, Mr. Joseph, noticed Armin's dedication. "Why do you try so hard, Armin?" he asked gently. Armin smiled and replied, "Because I want to change my life. I want to help my family. One day, I'll build a school in this village." Mr. Joseph was touched. He gave Armin an English dictionary and said, "Every great journey starts with a single step." Armin began learning 5 new English words every day. He would write them down, say them aloud, and use them in sentences. Slowly, his confidence grew. He started speaking small sentences in class. The same classmates who laughed at him began to notice. Years passed. Armin finished school with top marks. But he had no money for college. His father, a poor farmer, told him, "Maybe you should work with me in the fields." But Armin said, "Give me 1 year. Let me try." He started working at a local library, cleaning shelves and arranging books. In his free time, he read. Books became his teachers. One afternoon, he found a flyer: essay competition winner gets college scholarship. He entered the contest. He wrote in simple English about his village, his dreams, and the power of not giving up. The judges were deeply moved. A few weeks later, he received a letter: "Congratulations, Armin. You've won the scholarship." Tears filled his eyes. He ran home, hugged his parents, and said, "This is just the beginning." At college, things were hard. He had no friends. His English was still weak. People around him spoke fluently and dressed well. But Armin remembered what Mr. Joseph once said: "Don't compare. Improve." So, he listened more. He practiced speaking every day in front of a mirror. He joined a local English club, even though he was nervous. Each day, he grew stronger, not just in language, but in belief. By the final year of college, Armin was giving motivational speeches to junior students. His story had inspired many. After graduation, he returned to his village, not as a farmer, but as a leader. With help from donors and villagers, he started a small school under a tree. He taught kids for free. Slowly, more children came. He gave them books, told them stories, and taught them English. People began to call it the School of Hope. 10 years later, that little tree school had grown into a full building with classrooms, a library, and even computers. One day, a reporter asked Armin, "How did you do all this?" Armin smiled and said, "I planted a seed of hope when I was a child. I just kept watering it with hard work and belief." Moral of the story: no matter how poor or weak you feel, your dreams are valid. Your background does not define your future, your actions do. Learn, grow, speak, believe, and never stop planting hope.